Hi, welcome to another video. Now then, where am I today, you may say? Well, I'm at a dealership just up the other side of Lancaster called Callender Caravans. And one of the big things about Callender Caravans is this is probably one of the second or third dealerships I came looking at with my parents when we came looking for caravans in about 1969. Yes, it's a long time ago. But, sorry about the wind, because it might be on the old microphone a bit. But anyway, Callender Caravan's been here for many years, since about 1963 I think it was. I should know that really. And I've been coming here since 69, and I know these guys really well. And oh gosh, I've seen lots of different caravans here over the years. Good team, family business. There's Gordon salesman, there's James, son, who sails, does all sorts of things as well, lots of caravans, and there's Mark, and he's a good lady too. And yes, it's all very much a family business. Now, they've let me, I've just dropped off it because I was doing something else actually, some leisure home stuff. I've just dropped off it, and you like everybody's still like the video we did at Campbell's, just looking around the vans. So what I've done is today is I've been looking at some of the vans, and I've picked some of the keys, I've given me some of the keys. And what I noticed straight away when I came in, when I drove in, was this. And that's the Bailey Orion. Now, okay, for people who don't know, they'll say, well, so it's a Bailey Orion. What's different? And this was the electric version that they did. Maybe I'll get that bit better. So they did it in different colours. It was done in 2012, and this is up at 12.5k. And it was all electric. Now, as you know, I've done a review on a Weinsberg, which is electric, and a guy on the stand at the time at the Manchester show said, oh, it's a bit different. He said, it's electric, he said, it's all electric caravan. I said, it's been done alright, it's all been done already, mate. Bailey did it with the Orion, didn't work. Elvis did it with the Explore, didn't work. And if we're going to go really way back to 1965, with the Lucas Caravan, and it didn't work. So, what does that say? Well, it says it didn't really work. Never a big fan of the Orion at all. That back end just didn't do anything for me whatsoever. You see, that's the thing, it says Evo4. Watch out for these do tend to come off. I've seen some of these peeling off before today, if you're looking at Orion. Mover on it. There's a gas cylinder there. Now I don't know what the LPG was, because it was supposed to be all electric. So I'm not sure what the LPG is there for. It might be just for something else on backup. Maybe the fridge, maybe, I don't know. Yes, it would be for the fridge, possibly. I'm not sure on that one. But anyway, let's go and have a look inside. Because I've had to do some jobs with the doors like that. The key's already right in. Now here we have it. There was two burners and an electric hob. Now I think the burners are there mainly as a backup. That was the idea. And of course you've got the microwave in there, which is quite low down, and of course your fridge. But all the lighting, of course, obviously was run on the electrics, because there's actually no battery box as such, as far as I'm aware. But they've had to redo these cupboard doors, because they were looking a bit tat, but they've done a good job. And now this fan, I must admit, it looks very good condition. I mean, as I say, not my favourite sort of tourer at all. As I say, never a big fan of the Orion. As I say, they've redone all the doors. You can see they've got slight gloss on them, but they made it look something like, excuse me, a nice big fixed bed here. I always like to have a bit of a route around. And this is what I never liked. See all that plastic tubing stuff going down there? GLP will still use Baileys in their top of the range vans. Little twitchy window, at least you got a window in it. A bit dark in the the washroom area. But as I say, just watch out. Come back out into here. But actually, this is a van. Actually, I think it's really good. It looks in quite nice condition. If this is the sort of van you're after, as I say, you know, it is all electric, so you don't have a gas heater. It's just an electric fan heater in the. Which, hang on, let's have a look. Which is in the base there. So, if you're on site and your electrics go, it's pretty much tough cookie. Especially if it's cold, because you will have no heating. But states TV aerial. See that polystyrene that they still use on Baileys today? I find quite strange. Yeah, not a bad van actually, in all fairness, regarding condition. What do you think? Let me know what you think. But these Evo4s were pretty rare. The seating looks okay as well. It's not sort of, I don't think it's been really used all that much over its lifetime at all. So, what do you think? Twirl you around. It's a tiny enough van. Just not my cup of tea, but tidy enough all the same. I suppose for the money, it's in good, nice condition. It's lightweight. I think it's about 1100 kilos. I think gross. I'm not sure. Yeah, 1152 kilos. It's up at 12495, and it's here at Callender Caravans at Carnforth. So if you want a caravan with a little bit of difference, this Orion Evo could be the one, because I don't know how many they made of these. I've only ever seen another one at my local dealers, and that's a couple of years ago. That's over 3 years ago now. But I've never seen any more apart from when they launched these. And let's put it this way, they didn't sell as they thought. But there you go. But in all fairness, it is in good order. Okay, let's go and see what else I found when I was looking about. Right, there will be a bit of wind, I'm afraid, on this, but gosh, when I used to come here originally, this in the middle here was a big pond with goldfish in. I can remember that as a kid. I think health and safety would have probably put a stop to all that. But it's big grass and everything. It was all landscaped, and they did at one time have their own garden centre and a cafe here. And if that would be about late 70s, I can remember coming with mum and dad and having a cup of tea, I think, in there. So what have we got? We've got some more Bayless, some Elderses here, Luna Clubman, Sprite, more Baileys. Sorry folks, but I do think the Pegasus looks very dated. And again, I'm not overall a big fan of that. But again, that's just my personal taste. Got a Swift Charisma here. Elders Supreme 462. Right, I'm inside here. Now, I tell you something, the sun's not been out at all much today, but this, oh god, I've got to fall over the blinking, what do you call it, leg winder. Right, let's get on. Yeah, it's not been particularly out much today, but it feels really warm in this van. What I liked about the Europas, they do have this quite nice interior finish. It still feels fairly modern, I think. And of course, what you did get was dual fuel hob, full oven, Thetford fridge, which you can have a few problems with them, so do check if you're going to buy one of these. The microwave oven, of course, twin sockets for the electrics at the for your kitchen, and a nice lounge. Blown air vent in there. And these lockers were always a little bit They're not a lot of depth in those. But you got LED spot lamps here. You got 4 of them over in the lounge area. The seating was good. I think it's quite a nice van, and you got the large high key roof vent, which a lot of manufacturers do not fit anymore. You also had this control panel, the Swift control, which I used to find sometimes a little bit fiddly to work, but once you knew what was what, it was okay. Some little sockets in there. Put your telly here. It's got a status TV aerial on there, adjustable. It is in really nice condition. And the sink, okay, it looks a little bit. Now, I'll give you a bit of trivia. The sinks are actually made by Swift themselves in their GRP department. That was the idea, was to give people jobs when things were a little bit sticky in 2009, etc. And it meant that some people could do the sinks. Anyway, this is the. I'll turn this round. Sorry about this poke. This the 545 had this layout. This layout was actually, for a little while, quite popular. Quite a few manufacturers did it, because normally this would have been the fixed bed variant. Now, I still quite like it like this because it's a good sized dinette. Lots of people, you can get 3 or 4 people around here without any problem, and also you can make this into. You could keep this left up as a fixed bed, but then take it back up again when you need the space, if you got visitors. Good overhead locker storage. Wardrobe too's fine. We did look at the wardrobe, did we, in the Orion? It's okay. Sorry about this. I'm going to. Could have done that wrong again. Never mind. And a few shelves here. And you go in the back here, and you've got a decent end washroom. That basin looks very hardly used at all. No roof vent in there in the shower room, but it's a full sealed shower unit. Decent mirror. Got a window here, of course. And what I've noticed with Swifts is, see, like their tape that they put on. I've very rarely come across a Swift where the tape's actually coming off, like you find on some of the other vans. Don't know what it is, but they seem to have done a better job. But I think this van is really nice condition, and I do like this lounge area here too. It's sort of place that, you know, you can come down, read a book or whatever, while somebody at the front end there watches the telly. Yeah, quite like this. So, turn around. So for a fiver short of 12k, this van looks pretty wisely looked after. Again, it's been used, but it's not been abused at all. And of course, you've got the access flaps as well on the bottom, because basically this was a Swift Charisma, but in a more modern interior instead of the dark. It's sort of like the wood grain finish. So I reckon this is a nice little van. That's not little, is it? It's quite big actually. But anyway, let's go and have a look at my next van, which is a Venus, and it's the 2014 Venus. So they'd only been going 2 years by that time, and it was the year before they went on to what I call the really good Venus, the last Venuses. But anyway, let's go and have a look. Right, out that wind. It's got quite windy here. So it's the twin tunnels at the back here, and lounge at the front, and of course the end washroom. Now again, I've just come in, and this fan again feels nice. You know, it's got that sort of usedy smell about it, but it's not a nasty smell or anything. It just smells like that used smell. What I liked about Luna was that they always had good, on the Venuses, they always had good quality upholstery for the van actually, you know, for its market it was aimed at. But anyway, let's have a quick look around, see what we think. Now then, yeah, right, front lounge. Not ideal for, obviously you can't use these as 2 single beds, but you can get a good decent double out of this. And somebody's actually had an alarm fitted as well under there. So someone's popped an alarm on it as an extra. It's got one blown outlet because this is obviously the Truma heater that powered this, kept it nice and warm and toasty. Main socket and TV aerial socket in that corner, and again LED lights, and 4 over this area. And what they've done is put this like little pelmet on there, which was quite a nice touch. It feels pretty sturdy. You get this coming away on some of these, up the top there as well. It's not totally unusual, but it's let's face it, it's not a big disaster, is it? Another outlet there. But let's have a look at the kitchen area now. Plenty of cupboard storage here for your utensils. Now you see, Luna, although they were mainly, you know, they weren't a massive manufacturer obviously, but they would produce lightweight tourers. They had things like the Dino and the Microlight, and of course the what was it called? The Z. I can't remember at the moment. But anyway, the Venus followed anyway. But they did produce quite a few lightweight tourers. Decent enough sink in there. 3-burner hob, of course. All looks nice and clean. I think you'll agree. And yes, okay, it's not the all singing, all dancing Thetford latest oven, but you've got it there, and it's spark ignition. Storage 2 underneath there. Now you say, where's the fridge? Well, the fridge is here, and there was no microwave. Again, it was a Thetford fridge. Dometic, you fool. Your wardrobe with your table in, and again your status TV aerial there. Good simple control unit, and also for your heating. And then this bit here with your 2 single beds. And I have this layout, someone's saying it's gone out of fashion a little bit, but I think it's a good layout. And this really works well. I mean, I'm just sitting on these here mattresses. They do feel a little bit sort of lacking in support, but you could always, I suppose, lay a what do you call it, foam, what do you call those, like foam mattress type things over, or go to a company called Janique, who I've told you about before, who do lots of different caravan bedding, including mattresses as well. They'll make to measure. So they are a very good company. I've no ties, and no, they don't sponsor me. It's just what I've known them for a long time, and I've had some good reports over off them, off customers, should I say. Thing here for your telly. Again, some more overhead storage. See, those are okay. The corner bits there, they set all right. Again, we've got the usual sort of peeling that needs to come off, and you need to retape it. Now, if you try and get these off, what you will find sometimes that splits, so you'll have to get new tape and then re-glue it back on. It's a common problem. It was common with Lunas. It was common also with Coachman and Eldis. So we come into the washroom. Look at that. Okay, it's not a massive washroom, but you know, for the size of the van, it's good. Big size window in there. Not aligned. Shower. Doesn't look like it's been really used all that much at all in here. Electric cassette flush. On the last Venus is actually made them manual, but not a bad little bathroom at all, is it? I think you'll agree. Folding doors on the thing there. Sorry, that's me in the way there. Just like looking round some of these vans, don't you? I really do. It's just good to see. Now, one time I used to go around dealers many years ago, and I could find some real dogs, believe me. You know, and especially when I had to do a dealer profile or something for a magazine many moons ago. And, you know, the stock was not the best. You know, I've been in some really dodgy caravans with floors that have gone, and, you know, with top prices on. But those days have disappeared a lot, I'll admit, because people now, you know, dealers do know that they've got to present the stock well to sell it. So, what do I think of the Venus? I think it's a nice little van actually, and again, for somebody who's got a lightweight, who wants a lightweight caravan and not a great big width, you know, width of 7'4", 6", whatever, this is ideal. Yes, I did like the Venuses that came in on after this. I think they were a lot more modern, But having said that, you can't knock this at all. This will make somebody a good van. A cracking little 2-berth, definitely. And nice and light, as I've said. Right, okay. So I'm going to wrap this video up. Tell you a bit more about Calendars. Now, if you're up this way and you're into a bit of the old caravan nostalgia, young James, I call him young James, he's probably in his 30s now, but I've always known him from being a little lad. He's got a shop there in the accessory shop, which is a well-stocked accessory shop, by the way, and he's got like a nostalgia corner, and he's got model caravans from all years and all bits and pieces, and also I think they've got my books there, or we've got a book there for people just to look at, I think, I'm not sure. But it's, you know, James is a real enthusiastic about the caravan job. You know, he always has been from being a young lad. So if you're here, when he's here, go and ask him to have a look at the caravan corner there and see the models and things. In fact, I think I did in about the 90s, I think about 95, 6, something like that. I did a feature in a model magazine on the caravan models that they had. Yeah, just lock that back up. But I think it's been an interesting look about, and yeah, just can't beat it, can you? Now I'm on, you know, this is midweek. Well, it's a Tuesday, so there's not many people. There's nobody around now. And what they always kid about me is, it's getting late, you won't be able to see. But yeah, I will. But they've got a few just before we go. Before I wrap this video up, like I said I was going to do. I mean, these now, I mean, at one time you saw these all the time, but here's one, an early Lunar Arriva, and it's sold, and it's a tidy van. It certainly is. It's a tiny little van for its age. If this hadn't been sold, I'd have had a look at that and we could have had a good look, but looking through the windows, and I was talking to the guys in the sales, and they said it's a tiny little caravan, and it was built on then Luna's own chassis, and also Luna used to do all their own GRP front and back. That's a bit unusual. And what I also found along here is the customers. Come on, let's do this, let's spread this video out. God, the amount of times I've walked around here. Nearly done. Yeah, what time is it? 5. There you go. Just quickly, just looking at Abbey Owner from the outside there. Cracking little van. I think they call that a wrap. Let's go. Right, that's it done. That's a video done. Yeah, 1963 was when Callender started, so they've been here a long time. And yeah, spent many hours here, probably annoying the staff and what have you, but they've got a good selection of caravans around. You've got a motorhome there, no trail for 40k if you're interested, anybody. But come and have a look. If you're up here near the lakes, just jump off the M6 at the Carforth turnoff, and you will find Calendars just a mile down the road, just on the outskirts of Carforth. It really is. It's a good. It's a decent. I've been coming here for God since I was probably about 10, so it's a long time. And I've seen some vans. I've seen some really good vans here over the years. Some real rare jobs that they used to get in, but those days are sadly now just about gone. You don't see anything now coming in from the 70s anymore. It's quite sad in one respect. Still, anyway, from Callender Caravans, Carforth, I shall bid you farewell, and please keep subscribing, please keep liking, and please keep giving your comments. You guys have just been absolutely brilliant. I've had some great comments. I've got some great sort of messages off the Facebook Caravan Industry Expert Facebook page. So basically, if you want to message me direct there, you can do. And I think I've got Andrew. I think it's Andrew Bates. I think his name is. Sorry, Andrew, I've got your name wrong. He just bought a nice little Europa. I think it's a 93, so it's just pre-Swift, and it looks a cracking little van. I didn't pay much for it. Oops, someone's picking their own. I've got to go. Right, I'm off. See you at the next one.